It's Thursday, and as it is, it's time for art. I have quite an interesting guest this morning, Taiwo Owoyemi, a multidisciplinary visual artist, academically trained as an artist at OAU and University of Benin. He observed the phenomenon of constantly rejected used materials and perceived junks as an alternative material in creating his art. He discovered the splendor in discarded aluminum soda cans, which come in different shapes, colors, and sizes. Now, this is maybe like the second. It's quite rare. Not everybody does this but you're like maybe the second in a number of years I've seen do this. So this is quite unique. It's great to have you. You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
Yes. So you call your work upcycling.
Yes.
Explain to me, what do you mean by upcycling?
All right. Thank you. Nice having me. Upcycling is quite similar to recycling, but they are quite different. When you talk about recycling, you have to deform the material, just like you have paper mache, which most of us are familiar with. You have to grind.
Bring it down to the base level or something?
So you won't see the traces of the former material.
The former material, yeah, exactly.
But upcycling, you'll still see the traces of the major material that is being explored
that was used
in the particular work.
Okay, so how did this start for you? You said, you saw these discarded materials, and what made you decide to want to start using what people perceive as junk to create art?
Yeah, thank you for that brilliant question. I started upcycling like 7 years ago in search of a signature for myself as an artist, because that's what keeps you on an edge. You must have something that separates you from the general public. And also, secondly, the dollar exchange rate naira, most of the sophisticated art materials we use, they are being imported to us, and we buy them extremely very high rates.
Wow.
So this got me thinking, and how long are we going to be enslaved with this mental enslavement with the foreign materials? They have to import our material for us to tell our story the way it is.
100 with you on this one.
That's what got me thinking. So I investigate further. I look into our society. What can I get? What can I use to tell my visual stories? What can I use? So I explore on various materials. I later conclude in using this aluminum soda can, because they comes in shades, in different colors, and they are malleable. They are non-biodegradable material. They don't get rust like the normal metal. So that's when I decided to...
How long was this period of experimenting and trying out with materials until you came to aluminum soda cans? How long was this period?
All right. It was a period of 2 years, actually, after because I initially worked with rope.
Okay.
I still find out that those rope are not being produced in Nigeria. We still have to import those ones, So that's when I concluded on this one that I will always have anywhere. Even if this is your compound, I will have tens of dozens of it.
You'll see them.
So anywhere I am in the world, I can always see the material to use to tell my story, anywhere, anytime.
And then you come out with these beautiful masterpieces. These ones we're seeing on the screen here. I love these multicolored ones. When you are done, do you paint on them, or how, like this one exactly that we're seeing now? How did you create this masterpiece?
All right. When I started, actually, the whole idea, the work tends to appear in black and white based on the nature of the material. The inside is like aluminum, which looks like white. So most of my work on display appear in white and black. That got me thinking also. So, and there was a particular time that I start investigating, how can I add colors to this? I don't actually like adding pigment, this foreign pigment, the oil colors, the acrylic. So I investigate further. I now find out that I was initially hiding the material. I wasn't bold enough initially to expose it that they are discarded junks.
Junks, I understand.
But at the level of my exploration, I developed more boldness. So in my quest of looking for colors, I now realize that the one I'm hiding is actually the answer to the question, just like the reference of the biblical, the truth shall set you free. What I'm actually hiding from the public, that's the answer to the question I've been craving for. So when you see this work, you see the orange, maybe gotten from some brand, maybe I don't want to mention brand, I don't know, maybe
I don't know. That's good.
Some blue, some brand comes in blue. So I started applying those things.
So you're telling me that there's no foreign Material.
Recently, I discovered some materials that I can also use to enhance the work.
To enhance the work.
Visual appealing. It has to work
I love that.
Visual appealing. So
okay, we have one right here in the studio which you can see. Let's take a look at that one. Let's talk about this particular painting that we have in the studio.
Okay.
Is it titled?
Yes, definitely.
Tell me about it. Okay, okay.
Must have a title.
Must have a title. All right.
Yes.
So what's the title of this one, and what's the story about this particular art piece?
All right, thank you. This particular lady is titled Assertion. You know,
Assertion.
Yes.
Okay.
It's about being courageous. It's about being firm.
Okay.
Avoid distraction. You know, we have aims, we have goals, we have plans. At times, when the plan appears so big, we get so timid. But for you to achieve those dreams, for you to achieve those plans, you have to be bold. You have to be able to face whatever challenges that comes up, that confronts you, and that's what gives you victory at the end of the tunnel.
Okay, let's talk about the materials you use for this.
Yes.
The board I can see is almost like, you know, okay, yes, that I can see behind. What other material did you use for this apart from the board, or was it just the board?
Okay, predominantly you were seeing the golden part of the work, which is the aluminum foil.
Aluminum foil, okay.
Initially, the orange eyes, the back of the cover that gave me the color. The black actually is like this local hair dyes.
Okay.
That's aged men used to color their hair. And the patinations, the background is just to give the palette wood, this packing case, in a kind of shade, antique look.
It does.
Make it more presentable.
Presentable, it does. Yes. It does have that effect. You see, how is the appreciation of your style of art? How does the general public see it? How does the market see your art?
Yes, I would like to say specifically, when I started a few years ago, the market was actually slow because it's not realism. You know, some people don't really appreciate when you try to deform, because that's what appeals to me. That's what I like. You know, in art we have realism, we have surrealism, we have the one that you copy photograph to have the same. You know, some artists tend to achieve, but I deviate. You know, what we learn in school, after graduation, I always believe for an artist, there should be a point of deviation. You've learned what you have to learn in school. Yeah, you have to have a point of deviation to keep you on that pedestal you create for yourself. So the work actually is a anthropomorphic form. You know, anthropomorphic is something similar to human. You can see some characteristics, some features of human, but not totally rendered.
A little bit abstract?
Distorted, a little bit. It's not totally abstracted.
Yes,
because you are seeing is a lady, but it's not the way
okay.
You know, it's been created in the artist style. You know, every artist have their own style. Even in music, when you listen to Fela, it's different from Two-Face, it's different. So that's what an artist also inquire to achieve in their explorations.
So is the market open to
yeah, we're talking about the markets. Definitely, recent times, even within 2 years, I've been marveled because the appreciation has not just doubled, tripled. And recent auctions, I'm having another auction next month with one gallery in town, and this year I have my largest sales. I won't like to call figures here, and it's mind-blowing.
Well done. Yes. This is just us saying that keep up what you're doing, and you actually do help in the environment with your upcycling initiative. Well done.
Thank you so much.
Okay, that's it. That's what we have on our art display this morning. We'll take a time out now. The first lap is done. Second lap coming right up.